Right, this is an F-44A pulse rifle. It's rotating breech electronic pulse action. It's what the Colonial Marines used.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at callbacks to the Alien franchise in Romulus. Several spoilers will follow.
Stop playing around, man. Just get up.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
Number 10. Weyland-Yutani. Also known as The Company, Weyland-Yutani isn't above sacrificing human life in the name of scientific research. And by research, we mean profits.
Bring back life form. Priority 1. All other priorities rescinded.
Damn company.
Alien Romulus name drops founder Peter Weyland, whose god complex set the events of Prometheus into motion.
Well, I only have a few days of life left in me, and I didn't want to waste them till I was sure that you could deliver what you promised. Meet my maker.
Weyland's attempt to prolong his life ultimately resulted in his undoing. Almost 50 years later, the company's greed still didn't die with Weyland. In Romulus, we see how the company reduces workers to cogs in the machine. Even after protagonist Rain puts in her hours, she finds that the company will never release her from her contract.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
Attempting to escape from her colony, Rain realizes just how corrupt the company is. As long as a mission is successful, no loss is too great. Number 9. Nostromo Wreckage. Romulus sets itself 20 years after the original 1979 classic. That film wrapped up with the USCSS Nostromo's self-destruction and Ellen Ripley sending the titular alien out of the airlock. Ripley doesn't appear in Romulus, as she's still in hypersleep. What's left of her crew's space tug is still drifting through space, however. Never learning from its mistakes, the company investigates the Nostromo in this film's opening. It's revealed later that Weyland-Yutani was searching the wreckage in hopes of tracking down the alien Ripley's crew encountered. Although it looked like Ripley got the job done, a lot happened while she was sleeping.
This place gives me the creeps.
Number 8. The Drinking Bird. The Drinking Bird might not be exclusive to the Alien franchise, but eagle-eyed fans are always on the lookout for this top hat toy. The original film's intro gives us a tour of the Nostromo. Watching two birds dip their beaks into a cup adds a little levity to the scene, giving us an idea of who the crew is before we even meet them. The Drinking Bird has since popped up in Alien 3, Alien vs. Predator, and Alien Covenant, as well as various comics and games like Alien Isolation. As Rain and Andy contemplate their next move, another Drinking Bird can be spotted on a canteen table. Like the bird, the siblings are perpetually stuck performing a redundant task, unable to take flight. Number 7. Mother 9000.
Morning, Mother.
While the Nostromo crew was in stasis, the computer mainframe MU-TR-UR6000, aka Mother, piloted the vessel. Despite its name, Mother wasn't exactly maternal toward the crew, prioritizing the return of the organism aboard above their expendable lives.
Mother! I've turned the cooling unit back on! Mother!
When the Nostromo blew up, Mother seemingly went down with it. AI isn't so easily defeated, though. Much of Alien Romulus takes place aboard the titular space station. Although this research facility has been abandoned, its mainframe is still functional. Reflecting the passage of time between these two films, Mother has upgraded from 6,000 to 9,000.
Welcome to the Romulus Space Station.
Technology may evolve, but the way humanity utilizes it usually doesn't. Number 6. Big Chap. Romulus is crawling with face-hugging, chest-bursting foes that any Alien fan will recognize. Yet one particular alien may look more familiar than others. Ripley might have given that first alien the slip, but this doesn't mean she killed it. We learn here that Weyland-Yutani tracked the Xenomorph down, making even more innocent lives pay the price. Although the researchers initially believed that the alien was dead, their experiments ultimately revived it. Big Chap, as the fans have called it, continued its reign of terror before finally being put down for good. Even in death, though, the alien's blood guaranteed few would live to tell the tale.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
Number 5. Emergency Phone. You can tell director Fede Alvarez isn't just a fan of the previous Alien movies. Shortly before Don't Breathe came out, Alvarez played Alien Isolation. The game left Alvarez with a yearning to tackle the Alien franchise and revisit its horror roots. A few years later, Alvarez got that opportunity when he pitched the film that would become Romulus. Alvarez couldn't resist working in a few nods to the game that inspired him. While boarding the space station, the controls resemble the power generators from Isolation. Most prominently, the station has emergency phones just like the ones seen in the game. Players breathe a sigh of relief whenever they come across a phone, allowing them to save. Unfortunately, there are no checkpoints here. Number 4. Black Liquid. Aside from bridging the gap between Alien and Aliens, Romulus is something of a follow-up to Prometheus and Covenant. While none of the characters from those two films pop up, the mysterious black goo does. The US CSS Prometheus crew discovered this liquid created by the engineers in a temple on moon LV-223. In addition to mutating with life forms and altering their DNA, the goo can create entirely new species. Rain and her companions come across the liquid aboard the space station. Once again attempting to play God, Weyland-Yutani sought to enhance humans using the black liquid, but the results were mixed. This scene includes a musical cue from the 2012 prequel, and the black liquid is officially dubbed Prometheus Fire.
Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Number 3. Ash. We mean Rook. Ian Holm gave many memorable performances, although Ash from the original Alien might be his most iconic role. In one of that film's most shocking twists, Ash is exposed as an android whose directive is to return the alien to the company no matter the cost.
And you let him in.
I was obeying a direct order, remember?
Holm passed away in 2020, but with permission from his family, his likeness was used for another android named Rook. Daniel Betts voices Rook, who is brought to life with a mix of practical and digital effects.
There is an explanation for this, you know.
You're rude. I want to hear your goddamn explanation.
Like Ash, Rook has seen better days when Rain and her friends come across him. While arguably not as antagonistic as Ash, Rook is still fixated on fulfilling his mission above all else. That doesn't mean our heroes don't have his sympathies.
I admire its purity.
Number 2. Alien Resurrection Redux. Resurrection is nobody's favorite Alien movie, but it introduces an interesting idea in its final act as the Xenomorph Queen gives birth to a hybrid creature with human DNA. The problem is the newborn looks pretty silly, and its demise is even sillier. The concept is resurrected in Romulus as the black goo merges with the pregnant Kay's unborn fetus. What emerges from Kay's womb isn't quite like anything we've ever seen, although it shares physical traits with xenomorphs and engineers. The offspring thus provides a clever link between the first and last Alien movies chronologically, crossovers excluded. The creature's demise also echoes the 1979 film as Rain ejects it. Then again, if a xenomorph could survive space, who's to say this hybrid won't return? Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Aspen Beer. Say what you will about Weyland-Yutani, but they craft a fine brew, we assume.
Aspen Beer, a better beer for a better world.
Proto Pulse Rifle. Ready to make it rain with the latest pulse rifle.
See? Aiming assistance.
The Close Talker. Recreated the most memorable shot from Alien 3.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Rain signs off. The sole human survivor echoes Ripley with her last message.
This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Get away from her. Rain's synthetic brother recites more than a few familiar lines. Like Bishop from Aliens, Andy mentions that he prefers being called an artificial person.
I prefer the term artificial person myself.
Exploring the alien hive, Andy channels Carter Burke when he says busy little creatures.
Busy little creatures, huh?
Of course, the most tongue-in-cheek fan service comes during the third act when Andy protects Rain from a Xenomorph. Affirming his loyalty to his surrogate sister, Andy emerges victorious, as Andy tells the alien to get away from her. We weren't sure if the filmmakers would go all the way with this callback. Andy completes the line though, fighting through his stammer. We'd say that Andy borrows a lot from his predecessors, but seeing how Romulus takes place before Aliens, maybe they stole from him.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Did we miss any other callbacks? Scream in the comments where you're sure to be heard.
Are you alright?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.